One of the things that we are finding is a really important part of us encouraging families to come our direction is to make sure that everybody leaves understanding what Riverside is and what it isn't. One of the most important things when you look at this is the differences between each of the schools. There's so many of the same things that are offered, but there's a few things that kind of set each school apart. One of them is that our advanced programs are the IB program. West Linn-Wilsonville have an AP program. For us, we have 3 programs of study: health occupations, business marketing, and construction and architecture. The other 2 high schools have specific programs to their schools, but that's one of those things that we really want students thinking about before they think about whether Riverside's a good fit. Do they have what I want to study? Because a lot of times when we have students that switch between schools, it's because one school doesn't have what they're interested in, or the other school has what they're interested in studying. So really important to go into that. Language offerings. You know, we do not have French or Japanese at Riverside, but we do have American Sign Language, which is one of those things that sets us apart from the other 2 high schools in our district. We compete in OSAA at the 3A level based on our size. We'll kind of talk about that a little bit later when we talk about activities. And the 2 other high schools, again, depending on size, which we'll get into. West Linn High School, 2,000 students. They compete at the largest or the highest level of competition in the state. And Wilsonville with 1,300 competes at the 5A level. Right, and the number that you see next to this is the number of sports or activities that are available to students in that OSAA. We have 20 clubs as of this year. That number keeps going. One of the things we pride ourselves in is that our students, as they have interests in different things, they bring them to the table and they're saying, these are things that I want to do. And so if they're going to bring it, they've got enough people interested in it, we want to make sure that those are available to students. Bus transportation is another question. It doesn't matter where you live in our district, we will provide a bus for you to get from there to here. Another one of those things that becomes a question is, you know, what's the difference in the high schools? We are a comprehensive high school that has almost the exact same graduation requirements as the other 2 high schools. The only area where we differ than the other 2 high schools would be in social sciences, where you might find an economics or a civics class that's a little bit different depending on which high school you're at. In either case, you're going to want to be taking 3 credits of a social science, history classes in this case, in order to be able to meet graduation requirements. All of the requirements you see down the right side, you can find this stuff on our academic program guide on our website, just like the other 2 high schools. But what it's going to do is it's going to give you what the graduation requirement is, and it's also going to give some advice for our 4-year college-bound students, as well as our students pursuing particular areas of interest that might need more math, more science, even though the graduation requirements is only